Welcome everyone to our first online chat about our debut Horizon project, which is going to be being live streamed on YouTube next Thursday at 8 p.m. I am Lizzie Holmes, founder of Debut and Soprano, and I've been co-producing this project with Joanna Harries, mezzo-soprano extraordinaire.
Oh, Lizzie, it's a project of its time, isn't it? It's born out of the second lockdown this year and cancellation everyone had all their shows cancelled the first time, and cancellations are still continuing. And so we thought, second time round, we'd use some of the things that we'd learned from the first lockdown and sort of do something proactive. And actually, the reason why it started was because rather than for anyone else, it was just for us and the other singers, some of the other singers who were involved in the show, just to really have something to focus on, to be productive, to be contributing to our musical growth and future careers, something that would be helpful for us in the future. And we initially thought we'd just sort of get together, sing through an opera that we'd choose, and maybe we'd live stream it off your phone.
Yeah,
something like that. That's how it started, didn't it?
And it grew into this huge project, which is now the biggest project to date for Debut. We had 16 singers, instrumentalists, and creators involved, and it's the first time that we've actually worked specifically for film. With a videographer, which has been so exciting.
Yeah, Bobby Williams, who is in charge of our sound and film, and is just absolutely amazing. So 4 cameras, microphones capturing everything. I mean, it was a hard task that we gave him, wasn't it? Because this wasn't a sort of nice, neat project that we thought we'll do it for film, so we'll pare everything down and just make it really simple. We really wanted to create as much of an engaging, interactive, live experience as possible, even though we couldn't actually have the audience in the room. Maybe you should say a bit about Debut itself and the kind of ethos or values you have with your concerts in general.
So I founded Debut in 2015 to help share classical music in a less formal way. We have run a huge number of intimate concerts at a lot of London's leading venues, from the Cutty Sark to the Royal Opera House. We've given 20 musicians their Royal Opera House recital debuts.
Yeah, and amazing musicians as well.
Yeah, I think we've
with some great people.
180 musicians in total, and of course our Shoreditch Treehouse series, which was one of the leading Airbnb concerts. So we love sharing and showcasing emerging musicians and sharing it in a less formal way, which is why this concert was so perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were really clear from the beginning, weren't we? This was it's not a film of an opera. It is a live performance that was captured so that people can watch it safely in their homes and anywhere in the world as well. But it's like we're bringing the live show into people's living rooms, and not just living rooms as well. We're actually excitingly, we're taking it to lots of different audiences as well, with some helpful, lovely organisations like Opera Holland Park, for instance, are helping us to take it into various community groups and different outreach situations. So people who are even less likely to be able to access that kind of live. I mean, you described the Debut concerts as intimate, and it really is. It's that thing of having musicians, getting to know and meet those musicians and have them perform right up close to you. That was what we were trying to capture.
Which is why we did the live performance and filmed it, and that is simply then why it will be going out for the first time, that we'll be seeing it next Thursday.
Yeah, we will be seeing it for the first time, and all of our musicians as well, which is exciting. How did you feel? Can I ask you a question? How did you feel on the day doing it?
I think it was something that I was saying to you, which I have now got quite used to, but it's like juggling that producer head and then the performer head, which is can be a real mess around with your head sometimes, because all of the music was new for us. And I think we're sharing about 95 minutes of music, plus you and I were doing live interviews. And it was the fourth time that we'd put it together was when we were recording it. So we had that excitement of a performance and the adrenaline.
Absolutely.
I was knackered. It was a 14-hour, wasn't it?
It was, because we had to go in, get set up before everyone else was there. Of course, we had to make sure we planned everything in advance so it would all be COVID safe, but there were lots of things that we had to set up there to make sure all the distancing and everything was all done and sorted and safe. It was a long day, but when we got to actually filming that performance, there were just moments where you suddenly realized, like one moment for me was in Paddy's clarinet solo, Patrick Davis clarinet solo, in the scene. We did a couple of scenes from Bellini's I Capuletti e Montecchi, which is the Romeo and Juliet story. And when we were planning what music to include and which scenes to include, you found that, didn't you? I suggested one scene and you said we have to include this amazing section which has this beautiful clarinet solo, which he just, it just gets you. Absolutely, yeah. And then that beautiful acoustic of the Aldridge Theatre. And not only does it have that amazing, beautiful clarinet solo at the beginning, there's a duet scene between, I was playing Romeo and Guy Elliott, one of our lovely tenors, was playing Tebaldo. And after this really tense scene, there's this offstage chorus, which was 6 of you, is that right? I think it was 5 or 6 of you, five of you singing it, and we put you up in the back of the gallery, so you could get that really ethereal sound. And in those moments, I mean, you just forget everything else, don't you? And you just, I did anyway, just like being in the scene, being in the performance.
And I think so we have been so lucky to have had a few shows during this time, but actually for a few of the singers, it was literally their first time in almost a year of rehearsing and then performing with other musicians in the same room, which can't step away.
It's amazing.
Is really powerful.
And so important as well for our mental health as performers, I think.
Oh my God. I was very bad in lockdown one. I was like,
me too. I think a lot of people were. I mean, a lot of people as well who are not musicians, and lots of people have very, very difficult situations. But it's important to recognise that it was really hard and still continues to be really, really difficult. So this project has been a real light at the end of what has been quite a challenging year for most musicians and performers.
Absolutely. And we have also big thanks to give to Margaret and Putney for the rehearsal space and the National Opera Studio and the Aldridge Theatre, which is my old school itself. And it's its 20th anniversary, and I was on stage for the first performance there doing Dido and Annette. And I had in the chorus, and I had no idea what an opera was. I didn't even know I wanted to be an opera singer until I was 20. So I had no idea, but it felt so significant to then come back 20 years on and do this project.
Yes, we had no Dido and Aeneas, but you sang Caro Nome. I mean, what an aria.
I can't believe I'd not looked at it before.
Definitely. These were scenes, weren't they? This isn't just a concert of sort of party piece opera arias. These are full scenes. And we also specifically chose to do from, I think every opera except one, we had at least 2 scenes from it. So sometimes multiple scenes, so that it wasn't just random little bits. We're really exploring the works as well. And Tom loved the music, didn't he? You won't see it all the time, I don't think, but we did have a little interview, and I think you'll catch him on some of the cameras maybe, but you can just, the excitement in his eyes at all of that music. It was great music. I really loved being an evil stepsister with you in the Rossini, and Charlotte as our Cenerentola. That was very fun. Yeah, and Kieran as our Dandini. Actually, I know what my revelation was. It was the Candide chorus that we sang at the end. because actually that was probably the one piece that I didn't know, that I hadn't heard before. And I know bits of Candide, but I didn't know that chorus that well. And it is just a beautiful way to finish.
And I'm looking forward to your video, which is going to be showing us, because talking about outreach and the collaboration with Oxford Park, one of the parts of that is going to be to do with Candide. What is that?
Yeah, so we wanted this to be as engaging and interactive an experience as possible, even though we couldn't have the audience right there in the room with us. So we wanted to include something at the end that everyone could join in with us if they wanted. If you don't want to join in, that's absolutely fine. It still sounds absolutely gorgeous. And we've got everyone, the whole company, plus all of our instrumentalists as well, playing and singing along to this beautiful chorus from Candide. But you can check out our social media channels tomorrow for a video of learning how to sing along to the Bernstein chorus, so you can join in with us on Thursday next week, 8 p.m. Is that a good place to wrap up? Have we said everything?
That's a great place to wrap up. What else do we need to say? Just, from my point of view, I have absolutely loved co-producing. We were like tackling all the problems on the day itself.
We were.
Setting
we are
out
such a team.
I know, setting out the props table, putting up the running order, and then the piano sounding a bit like it needs to rejig. So
the piano hasn't been played since March. We obviously had it tuned the day before, but still a little bit temperamental. Yeah. We got the piano tuners to come in between our little rehearsal and the performance. So yes, that sounded great. Yeah, we were such a team. It was an absolute pleasure to co-produce with you. And yeah.
Well, I can't wait to share the project with everyone. We are, as we said, it's about 90 minutes worth of music, and then we've got little chats in between, which happened absolutely live. We were shouting to people, okay, after you've sung, then you're going to come and talk to Lizzie. So we're doing that, and there will also be, because it's all in Italian, there will be subtitles that are put in as well.
Yes, yes.
Which is so much better actually than in a concert or something. Oh,
yeah, definitely.
Wonderful friends joining us and commenting. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We will be sharing lots of new videos and photos in the run-up to the live stream, which is next week. Please do share it with your loved ones. Have a watch party, drink some milk.
It's free, so tune in.
Thank you to everyone who has already supported the project. It means
thank you.
A huge amount, and we really appreciate it.
We couldn't have done it without the help, definitely.
No, we couldn't have. So that's really amazing. Thank you so much, Jo, for joining us. And
thank you, Lizzie. Yeah,
we are going to be doing a few more live chats in the coming days, so we will see you all then. Thank you and good night. Thanks, Jo.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining us.